right, guys, welcome back to another video. Tons of stuff to talk about today. Lots of exciting stuff, especially if you are an Xbox fan. We will be going over all of that plus some other news stories. But before we do get into it, if you enjoyed daily gaming news and content, hit the subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like and check out my Spotify. Link is in the description below. So as we know, the next generation of consoles is upon us. Like, it is coming in the next couple of years, and there are tons of information and rumors going around as to what is next for Xbox. We even have it out of Xbox's mouth that they are going to be giving us the biggest technical leap for the next generation console. We've seen lots of hints at the handheld. We heard on yesterday's show and from the Xbox 2 podcast that Jez Corden thinks that they're going to be having a separate handheld as well as a big, powerful at-home console for the next-gen Xbox, which I think makes a ton of sense, especially as they are going with opening up their ecosystem. I think they'll have launchers on these things, and it'll be more of a PC/Xbox experience all in one, which it will be awesome for gamers, and I think it will be a game changer if they were to do that. And it looks like Microsoft right now is hiring engineers, they say here, to define the future of graphics on Xbox. This is a posting on its dev blog, and it says Microsoft is hiring for multiple engineering roles over at Team Xbox. They have open roles for Xbox audio and video, but it's the team's Xbox graphics job description. They say that sounds very intriguing. And here is a snippet of what they are looking for with this job. They say the Xbox graphics team is seeking talented engineers who are excited to work on a state-of-the-art graphics, compression, and emulation systems. Our diverse team works at the intersection of hardware and software to provide industry-leading game development technology, working closely with hardware engineers and game developers. We define the future of graphics and game development. So they are trying to staff up here for what is going to be coming next at Xbox. I like how they mentioned their emulation, and it makes me think that they are going to continue with that full backwards compatibility and hopefully bring even more titles over for backwards compatibility and other ways to be able to play them. And then what are we going to see here in terms of that major leap? To me, the biggest question here is if they are going with that big, powerful at-home console, but also potentially will be playing other things. Maybe you can install Steam and things like that onto the console itself. What price range are they going to be going for? Are they going to make it a slightly more expensive than the $500 at launch and give you more power and future-proof it more? Or are they going to try to stick again within that range that they usually do, usually around $400 to $500 for a console? The reason I would think maybe they would go a little bit more, make it a bit more premium, is because they will have that handheld option that everyone is speculating about, and that will be like that entry level piece of tech that people can go and get and spend maybe $300 on, but still get access to all of the AAA games and everything within the Xbox ecosystem. I mean, we see that already available with the handhelds out there right now, like the Asus ROG Ally and the Steam Deck. So of course, by the time the Xbox One comes out, it'll have even more power in it, and they'll be able to continue to push that ecosystem everywhere on the go, no matter where you are, no matter what device you're on. So pretty cool stuff here. I'm actually excited. I always get excited about this. I know when it comes to consoles, everyone likes to talk about exclusive. I just like to see what comes out from the technology standpoint from generation to generation. And I like the Xbox ecosystem. I like the experience, and I'll be picking up whatever consoles Xbox do decide to release in the next generation. Now, we talked about this the other day, and that is WB potentially looking for an acquisition or giving their IPs off to other companies to be able to create games with it. I think Xbox should make a pitch at the very least to get a Batman or even a Harry Potter or something, a superhero game to compete on the Xbox platform, especially if they could make it from a first-party studio and then put it into Game Pass. I think that would be massive, and Warner Brothers seems to be pretty open to this. There was during their Discovery Q2 earnings call with CEO David Zaslav, and as we know, WB did very bad with their revenue because of the failure of the Suicide Squad game. The reported gaming revenue was down 41% year over year. Again, they say are due to the underperformance of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League compared to Hogwarts Legacy, which was the best-selling game and just an absolute success, even with the whole cancel stupid campaign around it. It blew everyone out of the water here and just did extremely well. So they're coming off of that with Suicide Squad, which went the exact opposite direction and did terrible. And now I think they're kind of scrambling and thinking, what can they do to turn this around so that they can answer to the shareholders pretty much. And it looks like one of those ways that they want to do that is by, they say, leveraging its 11 studios. They say, but there's also a lot of interest among others in coming to take advantage of some of the IP for gaming, which we are looking at. So we could see some deals happening, some IP deals, maybe acquisitions. I mean, this is always point to get, they may want to offload stuff that isn't bringing in enough revenue, or that they don't think will bring them enough return on their investment, or that they just don't want to put more resources in to grow it to where it can be. We could see this happening, and they have some very, very powerful IPs there, like the Batman. I mean, that to me would be the first one that comes to mind. If you're an Xbox, or if you're any company out there, getting a new Batman game like they had with the Arkham series would be phenomenal. The gamers would eat that up, and I think that game would sell a ton. I'm surprised that they haven't gone back to that well yet. But if you're Xbox, you're looking at that, that's a big superhero that could compete on the likes of Spider-Man against PlayStation. So it will be interesting to see what happens here with a WB Discovery going forward with their gaming stuff. I'm thinking something is going to happen. Just don't know when and what exactly it is going to be. Now, we got a bunch of awesome announcements from QuakeCon 2024 yesterday, specifically with Doom. And if you are on Xbox, you get this as a treat because it is going into Xbox Game Pass. But here is the first one. It is the Bethesda, the enhanced edition of the first 2 games launching on Xbox Game Pass. And of course, you can go buy them where you want to buy them on Steam and stuff. So it says here, as a part of QuakeCon 2024, Bethesda has unveiled significantly enhanced versions of the original Doom games in the form of Doom plus Doom 2, which is available right now on Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. And it is $10 if you wanted to go pick it up. So it's already a very, very reasonable price. But what this package does include is Doom, Doom 2, TNT Evolution, the Plutonia experiments, master levels for Doom 2, No Rest for the Living, Sigil, Legacy of Rust, which is a new episode, is created in collaboration by id Software, Night Dive Studios, and Machine Games. So that's awesome. And a new deathmatch pack featuring 25 maps. So yes, this game will have multiplayer and co-op for up to 16 players with crossplay. That's awesome to see that they are doing that. And the improvements for this enhanced edition is, they say, the ability to switch between original and remix soundtracks, improved performance for up to 4K, 120 FPS on the Xbox Series consoles, a lot new accessibility options, and an in-game mod browser. So very cool stuff here right now. Jump onto Game Pass, download it. You're going to get these enhanced editions of Doom plus Doom 2. That's very exciting. And then we also finally got this, which is another nice announcement. Doom Eternal is getting official mod supports. And again, this was announced at QuakeCon. They say during the QuakeCon 2024 kickoff live stream, id Software announced that Doom Eternal is getting official mod support. The developer is publishing a toolkit, the same one used in the game's creation, that will allow players to craft and publish their own mods with ease. That's huge. I mean, it just gives longevity to the game. We see what people have been doing with the Elder Scrolls game. We see what people have been able to do with Starfield. Now they're going to be able to do this stuff with Doom. And you can think of all the fun and cool things that are going to be coming out of that. So it looks like right now it's only available via the opt-in with Steam beta branch, and then also coming to the Microsoft Store via the Xbox Insider program. Not sure if this will be coming out to console right when it does officially launch everywhere, but it is coming to PC, and hopefully they continue to work on this and give it to the console players as well. Now they also showed this off, which is going to be very exciting for a lot of people. The actual video is not public. This was only for a sneak peek of people who were at QuakeCon, but they did show a sneak peek of Doom: The Dark Ages with gameplay, and apparently it was pretty awesome. You go down here into the comments, everyone's favorite Xbox YouTuber Dreamcast guy says here, I saw it, it's crazy good, and he's a big fan of the games that Xbox puts out, so I'm not surprised that he would be saying that. And then we go down here, and a lot of people are just kind of talking about it and asking if you can DM them and things like that. Obviously, the public hasn't seen it, and yeah, hopefully they do end up showing this to everybody sooner rather than later. Maybe this is a Gamescom trailer that they do have. This is one of the big ones that Xbox is going to be showing off. I would not be surprised if that is the case. At QuakeCon, obviously, they showed it off privately and build that hype for the fans that are there, and then show it off to the world when Gamescom opening night live or at the Xbox booth or something along those lines in the next few weeks. I really want to see more of this game, Doom: The Dark Ages. And then we have this, which is extremely cool if you are a collector, at least for sure. This is Doom Anthology. You get all the Dooms in there, but the selling point of this, I think for myself at least, would be the included 5-inch replica of the BFG model with the LED lights and stand and an exclusive steelbook game case. I mean, to me, this looks awesome. I would love to have that on my shelf behind me, especially with the LED lights going off and things like that. And then I love steel cases, especially if they have a nice design. So pretty cool if you want the whole package of everything Doom into one before Doom: The Dark Ages and play through everything and then get a nice little collectible. This is actually available for pre-order right now. It is $80 US, and you can see where you can get it from here. Right now it's on Steam, but there's links for Amazon that aren't live yet, at least when I'm recording this video, as well as the Bethesda Gear Store. You can check that out there. So lots of awesome Doom stuff that we got announcements here for QuakeCon. So if you're a Doom fan, it's going to be huge from now until the lead up of the Dark Ages, and then eventually getting that game, a game that's going to be day one into Xbox Game Pass and obviously on other platforms as well. Now we're waiting for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We know it's releasing November 19th for Xbox and PC. We got some more information here that sounds really cool, very immersive, especially because of just how insane the graphics are on this game and how lifelike they are. It says head of Microsoft Flight Simulator Jorg Newman says that in Flight Simulator 2024, you can now exit the plane, walk around. You can literally walk to your favorite mountain path, to your favorite hut in the mountains, sit on the lake, see the sunset. And this is coming in November 19th. I think this is going to open the game up to more people. Like for me, I'm not a big Microsoft Flight Simulator fan. I do find it kind of boring at times. If I only have an hour or so to play a video game, I don't just want to fly around aimlessly. But that's just me. But if I'm going to be able to land the plane and actually go and explore and see things that I've never seen close up, that would be a pretty cool thing to experience again, especially because of how realistic this is from what I have played, or the little I have played of Microsoft Flight Simulator. But if you are a fan, I think this will add even more immersion and more things to do for you once the 2024 version does officially come out. We also got some more updates here for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, this is not a leak. This is actually something that has been provided by Activision. And as I said yesterday, I think the leaks are actually helping this game more so than hindering it. I'm sure Activision isn't happy about it, but people are reacting now to the Omni movement, and it seems pretty positive, and the multiplayer looks like it is going to be a ton of fun. But now we have a big thing here, the raw zombies gameplay. Now, this is the first time we've had round-based zombies in a while. I think it's been a couple years or so. So they showed that off. They showed some gameplay of it. Zombies introduce a new save and quit feature for solo play, so you'll be able to save your progress and resume the match later. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to hear that. The zombies can be played in first or optionally in third person mode, so you get that choice. Classic prestige and weapon progression will be shared between multiplayer and zombies. Great to hear that, because I'm a big zombies fan, or I was a big zombies fan, and I'm definitely going to be jumping into this. And sometimes you don't really want to play the multiplayer and you want to play something different, but now that you can share that progression, it's just going to make the incentive there even more. There's a custom HUD presets, including Black Ops 3 legacy style HUD option to toggle health bars on or off, post-launch supports more round-based zombie maps. And of course, this game is coming October 25th, day one, Xbox Game Pass, Ultimate, console, and PC. And again, 17 minutes of gameplay. Looks phenomenal. Graphically looks great. It's zombies, and the zombies modes in Call of Duty have always been a ton of fun, and I will absolutely be jumping in and playing this. So go check that out if you are interested. Now, Sega is going to be at Gamescom, and what's exciting about this is this information that we now know is that it will include some unannounced games. So what they will be showing off at their showcase or at their booth is Atlas's Metaphor Refantasio, a playable build of that game, which a lot of people I think are very, very excited for, including myself. Sonic Shadow Generations will be playable at the show. Another game I'm pretty excited for. I do like my Sonic games. But they also say completing the lineup of playable titles on the Sega stand is an as of yet unannounced project. We don't know what it is, of course, but it's always cool to know that there will be something we haven't heard of yet. And Gamescom 2024 is sounding like it is going to be a ton of fun, like it is one of those showcases and shows that you want to tune into, not only see deeper dives in games that have already been shown, but stuff that we haven't heard about. Very intriguing of what this is. Also, I'm very intrigued as to what Xbox is going to show. Is there going to be anything new there? And then Games Night, Opening Night Live, I'm hoping will be a fun show to watch. Now, as we know, Bungie, Sony, we saw the whole thing with the layoffs and folding Bungie into SIE, and we have that confirmation now about this restructuring plan. As the Sony president, COO, and CFO Hiroki Totoki, they say, are offered clarifying statements about its Bungie restructuring plan. And he says the purpose of the restructure is cost restructure and portfolio optimization. Obviously did not meet the goals that they had set out and that they had agreed upon when purchasing Bungie. So this is why this is occurring. And they say that Bungie's back office functions should be integrated with the studio of SIE, and further mentions plans to concentrate Bungie's headcount and resources on Destiny 2 and live service title Marathon. They say that there will be constant resources there. However, other title developments will instead move to PlayStation Studios. So, I mean, there it is. Bungie is now just completely folded under Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is most likely going to be run just exactly like those other studios are ran under Herman Hulse now. And we'll see how this affects how Bungie creates their games, the output, the style of games that they make, and what is the future of Destiny. I'm sure PlayStation will still support Destiny. It would be insane if they stopped. It's a moneymaker. It's very popular. It's a very established IP. A lot of people spend hours and days and months and all their time gaming on Destiny. So you wouldn't want that to go away, especially because it is now their first party game. So I think that will be fine, but it'll be interesting to see what happens to the other games that are developing, especially as they mention here, other title development will instead move to PlayStation Studios. Now, if you're a God of War Ragnarok fan, or if you're just a God of War fan, you haven't actually played God of War Ragnarok yet, you've been waiting for it to come to PC. It is coming to PC, of course, and now we know the specs. It's coming September 19th, but basically, this, I'll just go through the minimum and then the ultra as to what you need for GPU and your CPU. So the minimum GPU is going to be a GTX 1060 or an AMD RX 5500 XT. Minimum CPU is Intel i5 4670K or AMD Ryzen 3 1200. So to be able to play the game, you need 190 gigabytes of storage to play it, and then 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then for ultra, if you want the best experience of it, 4K 60, and the minimum was 1080p 30, but for 4K 60 you need an RTX 4070 Ti or a AMD RX 7900 XT and an Intel i5 11600K and AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and of course the 190 gigabytes of SSD. So, I mean, this has a large range. A lot of people are going to be experiencing and playing this game. I think, honestly, if you don't have the best PC, but you at least have those minimum specs, I would say go ahead, play it at 1080p 30 FPS. It's still going to be playable. It's still going to be fun. I played it on the PS5 and I enjoyed the game, but I would definitely end up playing it even if you have a lower end PC. Now, when it comes to Take-Two, we've been hearing some rumors about potentially Take-Two jumping in here with 2K Sports and creating a new soccer game and buying up that FIFA license and start making FIFA games, because as we know, EA does not have that license anymore. And Strauss Zelnick finally commented on this. He says, "We're in the soccer business. We have the #1 mobile soccer manager title in top 11, and we're really happy that we do. We're also very mindful that it's incredibly difficult to build a great sim experience for console. It takes a long time, and if you do it right, your users are very loyal and very embedded," which is absolutely true. And then he says here, in terms of the FIFA license, it doesn't come with players, teams, or leagues. It's not as simple as negotiating with the NFL or the NBA or MLB, where at most you have to negotiate with a league and a players association. For anyone who'd want to compete in the straight ahead sim environment for soccer, you wouldn't just have to address one particular brand license. So that sounds definitely like a big headache that they would have to go over and take care of if they wanted to get a FIFA game. They also say here that they have a great portfolio from the NBA to PGA to WWE, and then finishes it off, says, "I'm sure we will make more announcements in due course." So nothing confirmed here about FIFA and 2K and the rumors surrounding it. It looks like right now they are maybe thinking about it. I believe they also mentioned that he's seen the success of College Football 25 or something along those lines. And that's been pretty crazy how that game came back and has just been super popular, and it is a fun game to play. But I would love to see 2K jump in here, make a FIFA game, make more competition. I would love more than anything for them to get back into somehow making an NFL game, because we all know Madden needs competition to push that game forward. So hopefully this is something that does end up happening. And finally, Civilization 7. If you are excited about this game, we now have the release window. They do say here that it will be releasing in Q4 of fiscal year 2025, which puts it releasing sometime before March 31st, 2025. So keep your ears open for that official announcement. But I will end the video there. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.